Hi there, I'm Cristel Palomo and I'm back with another video. This time, I will be presenting about supplier sourcing. Perhaps you just finished your product research and currently on a hunt for a supplier on your product to sell on the market soon. Or probably just curious on how to find a supplier for your future product. Anyhow, if you've been meaning to put up a business and trying to find a company that would provide your product, this video is for you. When we are sourcing products, we are at the same time balancing between the quality of products and its affordability. So it means we should consider not only the price but also the quality. But the rule of thumb is the less you spend, the more you'll make. And how do we do that? First, we gather as much suppliers as we can. Some sources for 5, 10, 20 suppliers or even more just so they land the best one. But before that, we will also need to familiarize the Incoterms or the International Commercial Terms published by the International Chamber of Commerce or ICC. This is to clarify the rules and terms between buyers and sellers. In here we have the three most commonly used Incoterms. The first one is FOB or free on board. The second one is EXW, or commonly known as Ex Works. The third one is DDP, or delivered duty paid. So what is FOB? FOB, or free on board, means the seller delivers the goods on board the vessel nominated by the buyer, meaning the supplier's obligation passes when the goods are on board the vessel and the buyer bears all costs from that moment onwards. The EXW or X Works is a shipping arrangement in which a seller makes a product available at a specific location, but the buyer has to pay the transport costs. DDP or delivery duty paid is a shipping agreement that places the maximum responsibility on the seller, meaning, in addition to shipping costs, the seller is also obligated to arrange for import clearance, tax payment, and import duty. Now that you're done familiarizing Incoterms, it's time to find a supplier. So there are many sites where you can find suppliers nowadays. I have here three sample online wholesale suppliers. We have Alibaba.com, AliExpress.com, and GlobalSources.com. In my case, I search suppliers on Alibaba.com as I already have an account on Alibaba. I search as many suppliers as I can of the product I am aiming to sell because, again, the more suppliers I find, the better. Because then I'll be able to filter who can give me the best quality product with the best possible price. So, what are the things that we need to know from the suppliers? First is the supplier or the company name. Next is whether they are a verified supplier. The third one is if they offer trade assurance, the factory address, the business type, whether they are trading or manufacturing or both, the year established, transaction count, transaction amount, main products, sales manager or the contact person, lastly, delivery rate. Now, once you found your potential suppliers, it's time for you to estimate the cost of product by gathering the following. With the cost of product, we need to gather the prices per unit depending on the type of agreement, whether it's EXW, FOB, or DDP. Next is the sample price, the sample price shipping fee. We also need to note the sample remarks, the packaging cost, product label or logo, barcode printing, and lastly, mold fee only if needed. There are also some things to consider whether they respond fast, moderate, or slow. their communication skills, and lastly, if they can accommodate requests. Now, in calculating the initial investment, we're going to add up the following: cost per unit, packaging, logo labeling, barcode printing, and again, mold fee only if needed. The next thing is to estimate the total cost per unit, including all the expenses. In here, we will simply divide the sum of the initial investment by the number of units. Next thing we will do is to get the profit margin of the product. In this way, we will also be able to cross-check with the result of the net profit margin in the product research. Ideally, 30% net profit margin is good, but higher is always better. Lastly, you finally get to decide your supplier by analyzing the data you gathered. Always keep in mind two things when looking for a supplier. The first one is to get who provides the best quality product. The second one is the less you pay, the more money you'll make. And that's it. You have found a supplier of the product you're aiming to put on the market. That's the end of this video. Again, my name is Cristel Palomo. I hope you learned a thing or two. Thank you for watching and stay safe.